What's going on, everyone? NoZoupForYou here, and I've got a heartbreaking video for you today. This was provided by one of my followers, Mardet23, who got tossed in around in 1v1 Brawls versus an Enterprise. And I think many of you right now are discovering just how hard it can be playing against some aircraft carriers. I'm not going to say all aircraft carriers, because obviously all aircraft carriers are not created equal. All players are not created equal. Everyone has varying skill levels, but if you're up against an aircraft carrier player who knows what they're doing, it can be very, very tricky. Now, Mardet is in a Baltimore, and you would think that this is a very adequate ship to fight against an aircraft carrier, but you're soon going to see some of the issues. And he's saving his defensive fire right now, and in the early stages of this battle you might be wondering why. You might question whether or not he should, but it actually makes sense for the current situation and just the challenges that are posed playing against an aircraft carrier. Really, if he uses all his defensive fire in the very beginning of the round, he leaves himself without any defensive capability as the round goes on, and he's got to find the aircraft carrier first. He's at a disadvantage. He's playing a player that knows where he is continually and can just keep attacking him. And he has no clue where the aircraft carrier is. He has to go find the aircraft carrier. So if he runs out of defensive fire and he gets closer to the aircraft carrier can get planes to him even quicker, and he's left without a blanket to protect himself. So he's going to hold off on using those for a little bit, but he's already taking damage right now. He still doesn't know where the aircraft carrier is, and that's the problem with aircraft carriers in Brawl. They don't have to move. They don't have to cap. In fact, I can't think of any that I've seen right now that have even attempted cap to take B or A, just because they don't have to. They know they can sit in the back. They really don't even have to move if they don't want to, and just keep sending wave after wave after wave of airplanes after their enemy. And they may win, or they may lose. More times than not, though, if the aircraft carrier is a decent player, chances are they're going to win. And Mardet's already shot down 19 planes and counting, and bombers are inbound. He decided not to use his defensive fire right now, but he's going to take a pretty big hit right here. And just like that, he's down to a little less than half his hit points, and it sucks. And there's nothing he can do. He still has not spotted the enemy aircraft carrier. So the best he can do right now is get in cap and make full speed towards where he thinks the enemy aircraft carrier is, because his best chance of winning this battle now, and there's another hit. He's down to 1/4 of his overall hit points. So the best he can do right now is hope he can find the enemy aircraft carrier and destroy him, because he's not going to win this on points. There's no way that's even possible, just because, again, wave after wave after wave of aircraft that seem to just be never ending. And that's another issue right now that players are finding. It doesn't feel like these aircraft carriers run out of planes. I think that's been one of the biggest complaints with the carrier rework. And in some battles it's not really highlighted. In randoms it's not, but when you're playing 1v1, it's definitely it definitely comes to light, and you can see how having so many aircraft can just be a big pain. Takes another hit right there. He has popped his defensive fire, though. He's decided it is time. He's in cap, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter if he gets both caps. He's not going to win on caps. And he has even less health now. His only chance for victory right now is finding the aircraft carrier and destroying it, which is going to be a tough task right now, because he only has 6,000 hit points left. And I'm pretty sure this aircraft carrier has tons of planes yet. He hasn't even used his torpedo bombers yet. So Mardet has those to look forward to as well. And the aircraft carrier can keep steering him in different directions, keeping him away from him if he knows what he's doing. Or he might just attack him head on. It doesn't really matter. So once again, we've got bombers inbound. He's got a minute before his defensive fire is up and ready to go. So he's going to have to rely on just his plain old AA guns to take down these planes. And just pray that they miss him, because it took away half his damage in one drop. And fortunately, he was able to avoid the drop right there. Lucky him. Very good right now, and he's shooting down more and more planes. He's up to 54. And I mean, that's not even half of what he's going to wind up shooting down this round, which is just absolutely insane. He's getting closer to the aircraft carrier. Can kind of feel that it's nearby. You see the planes just appearing even closer, and there's 10 right there. And, you know, he's shooting down a lot more, too, because the aircraft carrier is dropping fighters. And you might be wondering why. I mean, there's no other aircraft carrier to defend against or planes to shoot down, but he's dropping those because it's keeping Mardet spotted. And he wants to do that. He doesn't want to risk him going off in another direction. The longer he keeps him spotted, the easier it is to get his planes after him and to destroy him. And there's another 10 planes shot down just like that. He's up to 66. Well, 66 have counted. He's way past that right now. He's close to 80. And finally, the aircraft carrier has come into sight. He's barely moved. He might have actually backed up. I don't know, unless they spawned him right there, way, way in the back. So now his best chance is to set him on fire and let the fire burn. He's not even at a good angle where he can use AP right now, because the aircraft carrier hasn't moved. It's just kind of head on. And he can't get a good angle because now he has to worry about these torpedo bombers. And good God, what a good dodge right there. That is torpedoes if I've ever seen one. He missed that torpedo by a hair. So he's just trying to take pot shots as he can right now, worrying about having to dodge these torpedo bombers, shooting down even more airplanes. And he still can't get a good angle on this aircraft carrier where he can use his AP and make short work of it by getting some of those good old citadels. It's just unfortunate. And he takes a torp hit right there, heals himself. He's got 737 hit points left. I mean, he got lucky right there. That was actually a fortuitous drop for him, that none of those hit him, because if even one had hit him, I mean, even splash damage probably would have killed him at that point. And that was very, very close. He shot down 101 planes already. So for this round, the total, he's going to shoot down 124 planes. I think that is the most I have ever seen shot down, and that is insane that you can do that. I mean, he played his heart out, and it's not going to work out for him in the end. He almost got the aircraft carrier. He was so close, and he got lucky right here. That torp did not detonate on him. Actually, he might have missed it. I wasn't able to see, really. He might have just missed it by a hair. No, it just hit him and didn't detonate. He closed the distance. Combat tactics, Mr. Ryan. But anyhow, he's so close. But now he's got the secondaries to worry about. And for a second there, I thought the secondaries were going to take him out. The secondaries of this aircraft carrier. Fortunately, it's not a Graf Zeppelin, though. And, you know, my heart breaks watching this, because he came so close against an enemy that really is hard to take on because you can't see it. But what happened here is, at the very end, he just waited a hair too long to fire his final AP salvo. If he had fired it a second sooner, he might have won. But he just waited a second too long, and that allowed Major Event to beat him. And if he had fired right now when he came online, but he didn't. And there we go. And that just highlights how hard aircraft carriers can be to play against in 1v1. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Tell me about your woes and troubles against CVs, or your victories. Excited to know. Thanks for watching. Zoop out.